One of the common misconceptions that I hear is that ADHD is about school. But ADHD is really not about school, and we especially see that with adults. Adults are going to be affected at work, but adults also have a lot of challenges after work.
Much of the focus on ADHD centers on setting up children for success at school. But the symptoms of ADHD in adulthood can put a strain on people's work, love, and family relationships.
ADHD is a neurobiological disorder. That means ADHD is not in someone's head. It's not a character fault. It's not because of something that has happened to somebody. It's a neurobiological brain-based disorder.
Just the way my life has been was, you're not right, you're broken. I was aware that I did things differently. It wasn't the social norm. My way of thinking was not like everyone else. I was a constant embarrassment because I didn't do what social rules dictated. Hyperactive, easily bored, impulsive. Like I tell a lot of people, you can tell me and call me whatever you want, but it's nothing compared to what I tell myself.
So we need to imagine how people are affected by ADHD. There's the symptoms, but there's also the real effects in their lives. Often ADHD parents will have ADHD kids. ADHD is a genetic disorder. So what I'll often hear is that people with ADHD will tell me it's very hard for them to settle down. And so they get home, they want to relax after a day of work, after doing all their chores, etc. But the ADHD brain will often feel like it's going overtime. So they just can't settle down.
And then before kids, home was a refuge. It was calm. There was nothing, so my brain can slow down and calm down. But now I go home, and you got two girls that are happy to see you, and then they bombard you, and then it's dinner time, and then it's more stuff, and then bedtime. The brain hasn't had time to slow down. So being mentally fatigued at the end of the day, the impulsiveness increases, the emotional dysregulation skyrockets, and then the impatience just goes throughout the roof.
Medications are the main treatment for ADHD, facilitating other interventions, such as cognitive behavioral therapy.
I ask people, how long do you need a medication to last for? Or how long do you need any type of treatment to last for? Often they'll say, I just need this for daytime so I can focus. I don't want to get fired again. But then I start asking them, tell me more about what happens at home. And then you start hearing about all the problems that they're having at home because of ADHD.
When considering the duration of effect of the medication, it's important to remember that ADHD may impact all aspects of the patient's daily life. Attention and self-control are also important outside of school and work.
People are often concerned about how is ADHD going to affect them. They might think this is a horrendous diagnosis, that there is no hope. I want to assure people that with treatment, people with ADHD can live a very full and satisfying life. In fact, many people with ADHD have superpowers. They're energetic, creative. They're able to do a lot of things that maybe ADHD provides them abilities for. If they're not treated for ADHD, that can often prevent them from using that potential. But with treatment, people with ADHD can use their full potential and lead very happy, very satisfying lives.
Awareness has played a huge role in André's life. We can all do our part to be more accepting of the differences in others.
At home, things have changed since my diagnosis because of awareness and education on ADHD. And we can't all be the same, and I fought that my whole life since I remember as a kid. And you gotta respect everyone's differences and unique ways of working. We don't work the same way, we don't share the same thoughts or beliefs, but we can work collectively with our differences to move forward.
For patients concerned with the symptoms of ADHD, always consult your healthcare professional.